The female reproductive system is a remarkable and intricate network within the body. Its primary purpose is one of the most fundamental aspects of life, the creation of new life. This system is not just a collection of organs, but a highly coordinated team working together in a precise and cyclical manner. It is responsible for producing eggs, nurturing a developing fetus, and bringing a baby into the world. Understanding its components and how they function is crucial for appreciating the incredible capabilities of the human body. Every part has a specific job, and they all must work in harmony for the system to operate correctly and support the potential for pregnancy. Think of this system as a beautifully designed blueprint for continuing the human story. The main parts include the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, vagina, and the external vulva. Each of these structures plays a vital role in the reproductive process, from the very beginning of an egg's journey to the moment of birth. For many women, learning about their own anatomy provides a powerful sense of awareness and control over their health. It helps to demystify processes like the menstrual cycle and fertility, turning what might seem complex into something understandable and manageable. This knowledge is the first step toward proactive health and well-being. The system is designed for potential, always readying itself for the possibility of conception. This readiness is managed by a sophisticated communication system involving hormones and the brain, which we will explore later. The entire process is a monthly rhythm, a cycle of preparation and release. It is a testament to biological engineering, showcasing how different parts of the body can collaborate to achieve a single extraordinary goal. This system is resilient and adaptable, but it also requires care and attention to function at its best, highlighting the importance of overall health for reproductive wellness. Understanding this system is not just for those planning to have children. It is essential for every woman's health throughout her life. The hormones that drive the reproductive cycle also affect bone health, mood, and more. Therefore, a healthy reproductive system contributes to a woman's overall vitality. From puberty through menopause, its functions evolve, and being informed about these changes empowers women to navigate their health journey with confidence. It is a core part of female physiology, and appreciating its complexity is key to understanding women's health on a deeper level. Let's take a closer look at the individual organs that make up this system. The ovaries are two small, oval-shaped glands located on either side of the uterus. Think of them as the system's storage houses for eggs. A female is born with all the eggs she will ever have, stored safely within these ovaries. In addition to holding the eggs, the ovaries are also hormone factories. They produce the primary female hormones, estrogen and progesterone, which are essential for regulating the menstrual cycle and supporting pregnancy. These hormones are the chemical messengers that orchestrate many of the system's activities. Next, we have the fallopian tubes. These are two thin tubes that connect the ovaries to the uterus. When an ovary releases an egg, a process called ovulation, the fallopian tube acts as a pathway. Its delicate, finger-like projections, called fimbriae, gently sweep the egg into the tube. This is a critical location because it is usually where fertilization, the meeting of the egg and sperm, occurs. The tube then carefully transports the fertilized egg along its length toward the uterus, a journey that takes several days. The health of these tubes is paramount for fertility, as any blockage can prevent the egg and sperm from meeting. The uterus, often called the womb, is a strong, pear-shaped muscular organ. Its main job is to provide a safe and nurturing environment for a developing baby to grow. The inner lining of the uterus, known as the endometrium, is highly specialized. Each month, it thickens with blood and nutrients in preparation for a possible pregnancy. If a fertilized egg arrives, it implants into this rich lining and begins to develop. If pregnancy does not occur, this lining is shed, which leads to menstruation. The muscular wall of the uterus, the myometrium, is incredibly powerful, capable of expanding to accommodate a full-term baby and contracting during labor to help with delivery. Connecting the uterus to the vagina is the cervix, which is the lower narrow part of the uterus. The cervix has a small opening that allows sperm to enter the uterus and menstrual fluid to exit. During pregnancy, it remains tightly closed to protect the baby. As labor begins, the cervix thins and opens or dilates to allow the baby to pass through into the birth canal. Finally, the vagina is a muscular tube that connects the cervix to the outside of the body. It serves as the path for menstrual fluid to leave the body, receive sperm during intercourse, and is the canal through which a baby is born. The external genital area is known as the vulva, which protects the internal organs. The entire female reproductive system is under the sophisticated control of a command center located in the brain. Two key areas in the brain, the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, act as the master regulators. The hypothalamus constantly monitors the levels of hormones in the blood. When it senses that it's time to start the monthly cycle, it sends a signal to the pituitary gland. This signal comes in the form of a special hormone called gonadotropin-releasing hormone, or GnRH. Think of GnRH as the starting gun that kicks off the entire process each month, ensuring the cycle begins on time. Receiving the signal from the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland then releases two other very important hormones into the bloodstream. These are follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, and luteinizing hormone, or LH. These hormones travel from the brain down to the ovaries, carrying specific instructions. FSH does exactly what its name suggests. It stimulates the follicles in the ovaries. A follicle is a small, fluid-filled sac that contains a developing egg. FSH encourages several of these follicles to begin growing and maturing at the start of each cycle, preparing an egg for its potential journey. As the follicles grow, they begin to produce the hormone estrogen. The rising levels of estrogen in the blood have several effects. First, estrogen signals the lining of the uterus to start thickening and preparing a welcoming home for a fertilized egg. Second, this increase in estrogen sends feedback to the pituitary gland. When estrogen reaches a certain peak level, it tells the pituitary gland that an egg is almost ready. This feedback loop is a perfect example of the precise communication that happens within the body to keep everything synchronized and working together seamlessly. This estrogen peak triggers a sudden surge of the other pituitary hormone, LH. The LH surge is the final signal the ovary needs. It causes the most mature follicle to rupture and release its egg into the fallopian tube. This event is ovulation, the central moment of the menstrual cycle. After ovulation, the now empty follicle transforms into a structure called the corpus luteum, which begins producing progesterone. Progesterone helps to further stabilize the uterine lining, making it even more receptive to a fertilized egg. This elegant hormonal dance, directed by the brain, ensures every step of the cycle happens in the correct sequence. The menstrual cycle is the monthly series of changes the female body goes through in preparation for a possible pregnancy. It typically lasts about 28 days, though it can vary from person to person. The first day of the cycle is marked by the start of menstruation, or a period. This happens when there is no pregnancy from the previous cycle. The thickened lining of the uterus, the endometrium, is no longer needed, so it breaks down and is shed from the body. This bleeding usually lasts for about 3 to 7 days and signals that the body is ready to begin a new cycle of preparation. After menstruation ends, the follicular phase begins. During this time, guided by FSH from the pituitary gland, the ovaries are busy preparing an egg. Several follicles start to grow, but usually only one becomes the dominant follicle that will release an egg. As this follicle matures, it produces more and more estrogen. This rising estrogen causes the uterine lining to rebuild and thicken once again, getting ready for the possibility of implantation. This phase is all about preparation, building the perfect environment for a potential new life to take hold and flourish. Around the middle of the cycle, usually about day 14 in a 28-day cycle, ovulation occurs. Triggered by the sharp spike in LH, the mature egg is released from the ovary and begins its journey into the fallopian tube. This is the time when a woman is most fertile. The egg is viable for about 12 to 24 hours after it is released. If sperm are present in the fallopian tube during this window, fertilization can happen. The egg and sperm unite to form a single cell, called a zygote, which contains the complete genetic blueprint for a new individual. Following ovulation, the luteal phase begins. The empty follicle, now the corpus luteum, produces progesterone. This hormone is crucial for maintaining the thickened uterine lining, making it a spongy and nutrient-rich bed for the fertilized egg. If the egg is fertilized, it will travel to the uterus and implant in this lining, signaling the start of pregnancy. If fertilization does not occur, the corpus luteum begins to break down after about 10 to 14 days. Progesterone levels drop, which causes the uterine lining to shed, and the cycle begins anew with menstruation. This monthly rhythm of renewal demonstrates the body's unwavering commitment to readiness.